Pushing the shiny red button. That's what I saw when I felt the energy behind the cards for this week. This is a message for all signs. Now, the card that we have on the board is the Ace of Cups, which has to do with gratitude and just being thankful for something. Now, pushing the shiny red button. I think that we're hoping that when we press it, we get something good out of it. This is obviously a metaphor for something we've been considering doing, but when you push a shiny red button, you don't know what's gonna happen. It could be good or bad, but everyone's tempted by the shiny red button. That's just a fact. Now, I did see a couple other things when I felt the energy of the card. I actually heard the word toboggan, or I think that's how you say it, toboggan, which I think is like a slip and slide when you go down. It's like a floaty thing, I think, that goes down water. It's like a sport or like a recreation. So people have fun doing it, but it's also a little bit treacherous. A toboggan goes down like a slip and slide, or maybe it's like a stream or something. I'm not terribly familiar with the word toboggan, but I think there's a certain amount of risk. It's a little bit risky. There's an adventure involved when you're talking about toboggan. And the last thing that I saw was a 4-leaf clover. So again, we're hoping for good fortune when we press the shiny red button. Let's see what we're gonna get. Now, this could be happening to you, this could be happening to somebody around you, because this is a general reading. So this may not actually be happening to you, but it could be happening to somebody close to you. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands. That's pushing the button because you have to do something a little bit extra. You gotta do something you normally would not do. That's the 9 of Wands, is it takes something more than normal. And then with the moon here, man, the moon is your emotions. So it's gonna take a little bit of a leap of faith, or a leap of, I am feeling like a leap of faith to push the button here. It's gonna take a little bit of a push, like an inward push to get you to outwardly push the button. Let's keep going. Or to get this person, whoever this person is, to push the button. 2 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. Well, there's the reason why they haven't even pushed it yet. The metaphorical button is because they don't know what's gonna happen. Because what doing this thing that is pushing the metaphorical button, it causes something. It has consequences. There's some serious consequences. It's very significant. So this person is not sure what's gonna happen. Could be good, could be bad. 2 of Pentacles. And there's a certain element of who the F knows with 7 of Cups. But we're hoping for a good outcome. On the bottom, we have the Chariot. They are gonna push the button because who can resist, right? Who can resist pushing a shiny red button when it's right in front of you? This person is going to push the button, whether they are sure or not of what's gonna happen. They're gonna push the button, and they're gonna hope for the best. They're gonna go through with it, or maybe they're going through it they're gonna go through with it this week. Let's pull Oracle cards and see if we can find out more about what's behind this button, why this person has been mulling over this button, what the button is more specifically for each and every one of you. It could be a little different. Let's see what we get. Tell me more about the shiny red button. Okay. 7 reversed with the Wizard's Tower, the Knight reversed, and the Crown. Really interesting. This is like nuts. The person didn't necessarily think that they would ever push the button. It's not something they ever thought they would do. This person never thought they would push the button, but now that it's right in front of them, and it's so shiny and red, I mean, they are thinking about it. It's almost like they can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves. But I don't think they had ever thought that they would ever consider pushing the button. I don't think that in the past, they would have considered pushing the button because they weren't willing to take the risk in the past. The Scorpio is, I think they either had a bad impression of the button in the past. Yeah, Scorpio with the key here is I'd actually rather live with the whatever situation I have, which may be way less exciting than the situation I would get if I pushed the button, because for the sake of having control of the situation, for the sake of knowing what I'm getting, and not getting worse instead of better. A little bit self-defeating there. Shows a lack of faith, I think, for whoever this is to not be pushing this button. The button, I think there is something good behind the button, the 4-leaf clover. It's just this person's perception. All right, let's pull advice. We're gonna find out if you should be pushing the button. Again, this is a metaphor for doing something that is gonna cause a ruckus, is gonna cause consequences, right? let's see if you guys should do it. I think yes. I think it's been a long withstanding yes. And this person, if it's you, you've been, you just haven't been willing to take the risk for the sake of losing control of the situation. Like I said, temperance. Advice is temperance. Interesting. Push the button very slowly. Very slowly. If you can just slowly press that button down, that's the best advice. Because temperance is moderation. There are extreme consequences from pushing the button. It's like you push the button, it's like the ejection seat, you know? You get blown out of your seat, you're flying, parachute. That's the devil with the Six of Swords. The consequences are extreme. And yet the advice is to do it, but find a way to do it as slow as possible. Find a way to do it in... God, let's pull more cards. It has to be done, or someone else will do it. It's like if you don't push the button, someone else is gonna come right along and be like, ooh, shiny red button, push, and then you lose control anyway. So, oh God, this just feels inevitable, especially with the devil here. It's like it has to be pushed at some point. Like, everyone who walks by can't resist pushing the button, and people see it, and so it eventually will get pressed. The question is, are you going to do it yourself? Because at least you have control over how fast you press the button down, or are you gonna let some passerby push it and maybe even make it worse because they're just gonna go, man, slam. They're gonna slam the button down, and consequences like, you know, fireworks, like ejection chairs, whatever the consequences are. All right, on the bottom is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, man, is like about, it's like there's a way to push this button. There's a very specific way to push the button, and it's not just slam down on the button. It's not. It is press it, you know, like eke it down. Eke it down maybe a fraction of an inch. Eke it down, you know, half an inch. Maybe wait after that, right? There's a very specific method by which this button is can be pushed for the best result, so that the consequences, which are extreme, don't end up negative. All right, let's pull oracle cards, see what else we get for advice here. Maybe also we'll find out more about what is this button, man? What is this action? Excuse me. What is this action specifically that the button is a metaphor for? Or just more advice? Anything else? The key. The key. It's interesting because the key is what we didn't want to give up before. It's privacy and control. And that, I mean, it is saying like, well, let's pull more cards. I think it's saying it's time to relinquish control. A little bit, the bed, relax control a little bit. Let's see what else. Yeah, it's like if you do it yourself, if you push the button yourself, you actually get to maintain some level of control. You do. You get to maintain a little bit of control, which is something you didn't want to lose, but the button has to be pushed anyway. If you do it, you get to control how the button gets pushed. That's what this is saying. You get to control the method by which this thing that has to get done, or that somebody's going to do anyway, gets done. And it is your role to do it. The house with Capricorn, it's kind of like you really should be the person who presses the button. It's kind of your responsibility. It's almost like the button it's your button, and if you just let somebody else push it, it's just inappropriate because it's not their button. But people are tempted, and people will push it because it's there, the bridge, because it's available, because whatever this circumstance is, other people can put their fingers in the pie. They can get involved, and if they do, it just ends up worse for you because you lose control. Wow, this is a very specific message. This is not going to apply to everybody. This is going to be for a specific group of people in the collective, but everybody knows these people. So think about it. Think about who this applies to, because that'll tell you what they're going through. All right, collective. That is your reading. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and check out Patreon if you want to see more of these readings. With that, I'll see you next time.